Good morning, YouTube. I just want to give you guys a just little video of me. This is what I've been working on my 70 again. I've updated the window cowl. It's going to have a 96 Impala steering wheel column in it. Been working on the Pesco system setup in there. Just been doing a little bit of it. Just working on it slowly. This is also a video I want to I think I'm up over 300 subscribers now. I just want to tell you guys all thanks for the follows, for the comments. I'll probably never be as popular as some of the greats out there, but I enjoy those who are following me. It means a lot. I just really enjoy this hobby, and it's cool to see other guys that enjoy it too as much as I do. Here's some parts I'm putting into this, and I try to listen and watch your guys' videos as well. Sometimes I can't always leave a comment. I'm either at work on my Google or on my phone, and my phone don't do long distance. I also wanted to say that, you know, I've had a couple different people ask me about some of my the way I have my bench set up, because I've talked to them either on the telephone or on that Google Plus, and I try to explain to them how my bench is set up. So today, here's, if I'm at my bench, this is my view right now, sitting down at my work area. I have all my knives right in front of me to where I could just grab them if I need to. You'll see 10 knives standing straight up. Those all have new blades. The one knife by itself with the cap on it, it has a double bladed system for I could cut my own tape for my own pinstripe. My three little ones are line scribers. One's a point, two are wedges. Then I have two saws right there. I have a pencil for, you know, when I gotta do my measurements. Right on my desk underneath a piece of glass is I keep all the wiring firing orders right there, so I know when I'm detailing my motor how close to exact that I can get. Then that picture right there is just a radiator, the way your radiator hoses would be running for your heater hoses and your other coolants. All my packages right here, just they hold items that I use. I don't have a lot of room to save everything, so I save what I use and what I need for most of my building in containers like this. Then I also have another storage container up here with parts, all my Sharpie markers that I use. My measuring cups right here hold some tape. Right here is like my foil, my red tail lights, wheels, files, toothpicks, Q-tips, popsicle sticks. I got 3 different size of clothes clippers for clamps, some detail wires, some different wheels and tire sets, my aluminum tubing, and this right here is just all facing my desk where I really don't have to move. Once I start building, I don't have to move. Over here will be where I keep all my paints, and I usually use that lighter fluid. I use it a lot to thin my paints, and I use it to clean all my brushes instead of thinner, because you don't want it to tear up your wood on your brush. Gotta have some music, so I got my iPod right there. Here's a little paintbrush stand that I use, and I just drilled holes in a big piece of wood, and then it's got all my brushes, all the different size brushes that I use. I just keep that there. This right here is just a 1x6 1x4 I think it is, that's cut down now, and I just drilled holes in it so my paint will just set right there and there. Always got to have your safety glasses, so that's hanging there. This right here is my kicker for my super glue. It's so I could put it right in the spot I need to drop, or I have brushes that I could apply it to. There's all my different, I use these right here are all super glues. This is a Pro Weld. This right here is an activator, and that's an activator. I use my clear glue for my headlights, tail lights, windshield. 5-minute epoxy. Some more Sharpie markers that I don't use as often as the ones in my drawer. Here's all my gel pens that I use in my paint jobs. And right there's all my wax and polishes and compounds. This right here is a guide powder that I put over my body work, and I just keep it there so that way it don't get lost. Right here's my paint stands, alligator clippers to hold my hoods and doors. Right here's all my tweezers. I keep all my tweezers just right here in that little drawer. Right here's all my scissors, my saws, solder for when I'm doing my exhaust, or sometimes I use them for axles. Right there is where I keep my drills and my big tools. Right there would be all my sandpaper. Right here's all my Dremel items. I like to use dental bits, and I use a bunch of other stuff, and then just different shapes on these right here. They're metal grinders instead of a stone grinder. Here's my stone grinder. Sometimes those are good, but see how bulky they are? Sometimes they don't get into the small pinches, so I use these right here. They're metal diamond cutters, so I get into there. Down here some more just reference and paint and some other stuff that I have. Always have light bulbs in case my desk light goes out. This right here would be if I really need to get precise on what I'm doing. Of course, you've seen the way I have my Dremel set just right here, so that way if I'm building I just turn and flip it on. It's got its own power cord. Right here would be where I keep my model wax treatment. I usually buy all my stuff in bulk, guys. There's no sense in, for me, there's no sense of buying one at a time and then having to drive another 20 to 30 miles to my hobby shop. Right here's just some tapes that I use. Right here's fingernail stickers that I use in some of my paint jobs coming up. Right here's some glitters that I got for coming up. Down here I would have 3 things of brake fluid. The bottom one is a stripper, the second one is a cleaner, and the top one is a final to make sure I finally got it all, so I don't get an abundance of, I got one that probably makes it loose, one that gets it off, and then the one that makes it clean for I can I buy built-ups or glue bombs or whatnot. Right here on my side would be just a box stand, just to keep whatever I'm working on out off the desk. Right here's a box of leftover 70 parts that I'm using for the 70 I'm building now. I have my trash can right here. It needs to be emptied. Right here is just my bag of, that's my container of plastic sheet and extra little plastic stock, so it's right here. Right here is just like a catch-all box. And this right here is the same for tires and whatnot. For like when I'm building, I'll just, I can toss stuff right there. Right here is just another project right now that just got pushed back just a little bit. Then right here is just another shelf where I keep other parts that I'm working on. That way I do not have to go back and forth from shelf to shelf. This right here is my building tray that I'll pull out from underneath my table. Here's my razor blades for straight razors. This is my knife blade that I used you know, it's really common. But then all these right here are boxes of 100 blades. Like I said, I already keep 10 knives with good blades in each knife. So I probably change my blades more than anybody. But I always believe in sharp tools, cleaner cuts. Right here is all my different drills. The drills I use by hand. Just some little bitty thin ones, some 1/8 for bigger holes, like some radiator hoses and whatnot. Some of these bigger drill bits are usually sometimes just used for flattening or wrapping plastic. I model with a leather punch. Some people might not see the use in this, but with this tool here and all the different size holes, I can punch into sheet plastic, and I can use that to fill in like mold markings. I can make my own radiator hose, like radiator caps, you know, just stuff like that, and it gives you a good hole instead of trying to sand a circle. It gives you a perfect circle. Right here would be all my screwdrivers, screws, stuff I use for building picks and whatnot. Some more different scribers. And then right here's my meter box. So right there, I can just put that right there and cut. And if you guys see, I work on glass. Glass will be the best way to get stuff even versus a wood that could warp, or a piece of plastic that can be molded misshaped. Always have a magnifying glass right here with me. Like I said, that's basically my work. This is basically how my workbench is set up, so that way once I'm sitting down here, I don't have to, you know, I don't have to go all over the place. So I just usually keep it like this, and it seems to work very well for me and my building styles and building habits. Now I know this video right here is already pretty long, but I just want to show you guys how my stuff is set up. Like right here, again, I keep all my hinging material, all my hydraulic lines material and stuff right there, and that's right here is all my plastic stock is kept right there. I got my magazines right there for, you know, reference and whatnot, and then this shelf right here, it holds a few different tools, some detailing items, and then all my wheels and whatnot, you know, that I would use for building. And basically, I believe that if you have it all right where you need it, and it's available and easy access, that it's easier to build, it's easier to stay on top of your project versus getting sidetracked and, you know, getting on the hunt. The reason for so many knives is if I drop one, or if I break a tip, or if it starts getting dull for whatever reason, that I don't have to stop what I'm doing looking for a blade. I just grab the next one, and then once I get to a point where I feel like I need to replace them all, I have enough stock that I just pull them out and I just replace them. Some of us can't build like that or be stocked up like that, and that you work with what you have, you stay comfortable in what you're doing, and you stay accessible. It doesn't matter how much of it you have, you'll get a better build versus trying to rush it because you just have this little bit left. Don't rush it. It's a hobby. Put it back in the box. Wait till you have it to the point where you can we can do it the right way instead of rushing it. Now I'm going to flip the camera around if I know how to do that, and see what else we can do. I had another comment I wanted to make, and I don't know how to get this done. Let me see. Can we reverse? Alright. I don't know what the heck's going on, fellas. Sorry about that. Well, I think I won't be able to do what I want to do, but like I said, just get your bench set up. Even if you're limited to your space in your kitchen or your front room or your dining room, like I've been hanging out with Casey Philly, CK Philly, and Jimmy and Jamie Waring, and and I've watched your guys' other videos. We're all going to have our different work areas, our different ways of set up, but like I like it. If you're a guy with the small space, I like how CK Philly is set up. He got a lot of his tools in a toolbox. That way, if you have to share your hobby room with the front room or the kitchen, you can still have your thing set up like I have it set up, and then you can close it up and you can put it away, which is a pretty neat idea. But like I say, guys, thanks for letting me share this. This is just, I wanted to give you an update on the 70, and a few people had asked how my bench was set up because of my first video. Basically, that's about it, and I probably overlooked something that I'll think of in a little bit, but again, you guys keep that plastic cutting, burning, melting, and build your dreams, man. That's all it is it's a great hobby, and we got great people to share it with and great people to learn from. So, thank you.